Hello, today I'm going to teach you how to do the waterfall juggling trick that looks like this. It is a very impressive trick, however it is as difficult as it looks. A few useful tricks to know before starting to learn the waterfall is 2 balls in one hand, preferably your least dominant hand if you have one, and the shower. This is because the waterfall trick is kind of like a cross between 2 balls in the lower hand and the waterfall vertically. First, take 1 ball and practice throwing it up and down like this. I prefer to have my dominant hand on top. Make sure that your top hand is not going up or down at all to catch the ball. Make sure that it just catches the ball and releases it. It might hit your top hand with a little bit of force, or your hand might just have to grab around it. Whichever way, just get comfortable throwing the ball up and down. Also, make sure that you are catching the ball and not just letting it simply hit your hand and fall back down. Next, take 2 balls and practice throwing them up and down like this. Make sure that the top hand is releasing before the bottom hand throws. This is because the actual waterfall trick is asynchronous. Also, make sure that the balls are not colliding on their way up and down. You do this by using your top hand to kind of pop the ball over to the side. The trick will be a little bit lopsided, and that's natural, just because you have to move the top ball out of the way, like this. When you start to do 2 balls like this, make sure that your top hand still is not going down or up to catch the ball in any way. Make sure that it just simply catches the ball and releases it. Finally, take 3 balls and practice exactly what you've been doing. Hold 2 balls in the top hand and release the top ball first and throw the bottom ball up to the top hand. You hold the 3rd ball because this will force your throws to be more accurate to the top hand. When you get comfortable with that, try releasing the 3rd ball to make that 3rd throw. This is going to be very difficult at first, but keep practicing it. One thing that you're going to notice is that the 2nd ball isn't really in position to be released. So once you release the top ball, you're going to have to use a little bit of time to just pop it over like that. When you start learning this trick, it might also be very common that your top hand just completely misses the ball like that, and it goes over your hand, and you're going to want to turn your hand around to catch it. When that happens, just go back to this and remind yourself that the top hand should catch the ball palm down. The ball might even be coming up into the hand with a little bit of force to help you catch it. So practice making only 3 throws like that. And make sure that the 3rd throw is not colliding with the ball that's coming up. It should be top, bottom, top, not all at the same time. Finally, just like when you learned Cascade, you probably started with 3 throws, and you went to 4, and maybe 5. Do the same with this trick, except it's going to be very difficult, especially when you end with a throw that's going up. However, keep practicing it, and make sure that the balls are not colliding, and you kind of use your top hand to pop the ball over to the side. The motion of the balls will be slightly lopsided, just because the top hand has to kind of move them out of the way and off to the side so that they don't collide on their way up and down. A few hints that I could give you for learning this trick is that the top hand is guiding them so they don't collide. Also, make sure that your top hand is not going up or down at all in order to catch the balls. It's very important that the top hand does nothing but catch them and release them where you want them. This is a pretty difficult trick to learn, as I said before, but just keep trying and don't give up.